following your body, but also listening to your womb. There were a lot of lessons with my womb. She told me a lot. And there is so much value in listening to the pain body, because the body isn't there to ruin your day when this happens. Welcome to 2026. I have with me my third favorite brew. I still haven't revealed what my all-time favorite hot brew is. We've had the chai, which was the OG episode 1 of the Body Brew series, which is my third favorite drink. We had a hot chocolate, which is my second favorite drink. And then number 1 is yet to be revealed. So I have with me my chai. Third favorite because it's like my daily staple during the luteal phase and coming into the bleed. But it's not necessarily my all-time favorite drink. That is something I save for special occasions. Can we guess what it is for a special ritual? Maybe I just gave it away by saying that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think you know what my number 1 favorite drink is. Those of you who don't know me well, feel free to comment below and have a guess. So we've got some chai, some oat milk, and some honey from Deutschland, actually. So for the start of 2026, I wanted to talk about 2026 being the year we listen to our body. For those of you who are women, I know a lot of women follow me on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, following your body, but also listening to your womb. So last year was an even deeper lesson for me in this, because last year I had all this travel going on. I was living abroad and my cycle somehow kept regular, but within each cycle there was a message. I believe that always. And some of the bigger messages were when my pain body was arcing up. So when I had quite severe cramps or a really bad tummy inflammation amidst my bleed, reacting to gluten, for example, was a big one last year. I had a massive, what some would call celiac attack, but my body just was not processing gluten at that point amidst my womb, my bleed, and there was already a lot going on there with the bleed. We need to honor that. And so there were a lot of lessons with my womb. She told me a lot, and there is so much value in listening to the pain body, because the body isn't there to ruin your day when this happens. You know, when we have discomfort or pain or meet resistance, and I don't just mean physically either. Like when we have discomforts that feel like resistance, you know, could be mentally, could be emotionally. We could be struggling and just having a really negative mindset one day, waking up on the wrong side of the bed, so to speak. Your womb, she's not out there to ruin your day. Your body, your pain body is not out there to ruin your day. It's there to redirect you, to tell you you're not really taking the right path. Have a listen. And it's not that the body's there trying to control you, it's that the body is a part of you. Your body is your earth vessel in this lifetime. And then we could go even deeper than that and talk about how the body isn't just the physicality of our body, it's our mental body, our emotional body, our soul body. You know, I talk about the 4-body healing system constantly in my work. And when we have these days where there's just resistance in whatever way, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, we're just not vibing something, this is a sign, it's a tool really. This is a sign to redirect your path. But in order to know which direction to take, which choice to make, which action to move forward with, which step to take, we need real clarity. And the only way we can gain clarity is by going and dropping into the unconsciousness, the semi-consciousness, those parts of us that aren't logical and reasoning and overthinking. You know, give your mind a backseat, drop into the body through somatic work, through embodiment. Listen to what your body is trying to tell you on a whole body level, all 4 bodies, and redirect accordingly. And you will know what that direction is by the time you've given yourself the space to delve into the unconsciousness, delve into the somatic practices. And then once it's clear, you'll be able to redirect. If there's been times in the past where your body has flared up in some way, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, you're just not having a great day. If your response was to hate on your body and get mad at your body or hate on yourself for having a negative mindset, it's actually not serving the greater purpose of slowing down and listening. This is your body's way of telling you to slow down. Maybe that's the redirection. Slow down, create space, land before you move. I do talk about this a lot. And for 2026, you know, it's the start of the year. We can often make big promises at the start of our year. And along with that, there's this brittleness to the willpower behind those promises that we make ourselves, that we make others. And it's easy to get mad at yourself or shame yourself in those moments where you're not devoting yourself or sticking to a discipline, something that you've set for your year 2026. But this is where embodiment can come into it. You could make your 2026 year about embodiment, about dropping into the body, creating the space to land before you move. Ask your body, what is it protecting right now? What messages does it have for you right now? You can start really simple for your 2026. Just show up every morning, first thing. You don't need to look at a screen, turn the alarm off, switch your phone on airplane mode, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Put your hand on your womb if you're a woman. If you have a womb, check in with her, ask her what she needs for the day, set your tone for the day, land before you move. It could be that simple, and do it in a way that feels right for you. I always say that, do it in a way that feels right for you, land before you move each day. It could even just be 5 minutes to place your hands on your body, on your womb, on your heart space, on your hara, and just check in with what you need for the day, and then moving from there. That could be your 2026 resolution. And a resolution doesn't just have to be at the start of the year either. It could be something that you revisit every single week, every single Monday, or every single month. We evolve over time and we grow over time. So it doesn't make sense that something we set for the start of our year is going to be exactly the same by the time we reach the end of the year. We're evolving, we're growing. What we set at the start of the year is not going to look and feel the same for us if we've already grown out of it. And so it's actually a good thing to revisit and recalibrate and reassess, to land before you make your next move. So if that sounds like something that you're keen on, comment below. Affirm your resolution, but let's call it instead a devotion. What is your devotion for the year? Because devotion has with it less rigidity, less pressure, but still that loving vibration of, I want to show up for me, and I'm going to show up for me in this way this year. I'm going to devote myself to myself by doing this year. So let me know what your devotions are in the comments below. Affirm them for yourself, hold yourself accountable, and show up every week, every month, reassess, land before you move, continue to evolve. Do not be attached to this one resolution. Again, it feels like a pressure, this one devotion, staying the same for the whole year of 2026. Make your year a year of embodiment. Move with your growth. And that's everything I wanted to talk about for the 2026 first episode of the Body and Brew series for this year. I'm going to go enjoy my chai now, and we'll speak soon.